Well, this car again, the Rush Auto Works SR, about 150 horsepower from a chain-driven GSX bike motor. They make great sounds, they make for great racing, and almost 30 of them are taking the green flag in just a moment's time. For GRIDLIFE Rush Series race number 2 from Lime Rock Park, GRIDLIFE Circuit Legends, we're back underway, and a great launch by Blair Hosey, but lead pulls even, and we're 3 wide behind, and Brett DeGiacomo's in the middle. That's TJ Hunt up the inside, big squeeze there, side by side for the lead through Big Bend.
Yeah, and this time Andy's on the inside, so he's going to have an advantage here over James French, but James French has a better drive out of turn 2. He's going to take that position away from Andy Vogel.
Nate Hamilton sneaking up the inside there of the 33 of Ethan Alexander. They were starting kitty corner there, nose to tail. Big slip for Alexander in the blue car there. And up the inside, I think that's Parati in the pink number 31, who dropped a couple spots in the opening corners, but single file now. TJ Hunt goes defensive and offensive into the uphill.
Yeah, TJ Hunt really got balked by that 3 wide moment heading into turn 1, so he lost out on that top 10. Let's see if he can recover there.
Yeah, through West Bend for the first time. Jalen Batley is now rolling towards the pit exit. Don't know yet if he'll make it to the racetrack or not, but down the hill for the first time, it is going to be Hosey leading. Batley is going to go on the racetrack, but right in front of the leaders. So this is going to get pretty interesting here as we head down into turn 1 and look at the weekend points with Hosey leading at advantage 8 car by 9 points.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Hosey responds to this lap traffic now. Clearly they try to get him out before he got lapped, but he's going to get he's letting them by, and now let's see if he can continue to let Vogel and French by. Oh, he gets a little bit in the way of French. Vogel has a better drive into the no-name straight.
Yeah, can't just hit the disappear button. That was sort of inevitable. Not really anything he could do about that, but it's still French, then Vogel, then Bratz in the number 7. That's the red car.
And Merzberger has made his way 9 spots already into 15th, so he's making his way up there. Let's see how far he can get.
Yeah, really impressed by Merzberger. Again, had the issues in race 1 with the body work, and now is charging his way through the field here. Lap number 2 complete already. They happen in a hurry here in about 55 seconds. Hosey has the best lap, 6/10 back to Leach, then French and Vogel.
Andy making the move into turn 1 on the inside of French. Let's see if he completes it. He does not. Looks like he's still on his inside, still side by side, heading into turn 3.
Oh man, and Vogel can't keep the nose on the outside there, and he can't tuck to the inside at 3. So he's just trying to keep the overlap long enough that he can complete that pass on French. But French is not going to give it up easy, and Vogel lost some ground there.
Man, French really put his elbows out there, really bullied him a little bit off the racing line heading into 3. Tough racing here for the 3rd place position.
And Bratz is actually closed in on Vogel as they climb the hill here, so keep an eye on the red number 7, who's currently in the mix. Hamilton up to 7th place, by the way, so a couple spots gained for him.
Yeah, and Hunt into the top 10, and Grimm looks like he stayed in 12th, so good start for him. And as we see, Hosey still ahead of Leach heading into turn 1 again.
Yeah, so keep an eye on the delta here. Best lap for now Vogel up to 4th place behind French, but he's half a second slower on the best lap delta. That's a pretty significant difference. And that's why Vogel has really struggled to get by French, is he can match him sort of in race pace, but that initial lunge, it seems like French is a little quicker.
Yeah, and definitely on this lap, he was kind of bogged down by French's move heading to turn 3, so now he's got to work his way back up to the back of French and make a move stick. He's kind of leaving Bratz behind, so he's really got to focus on French ahead of him.
TJ Hunt's on defense right now, right in there, the Sunoco car with Ayrton Grimm right behind it, and Merzberger up the inside there. Well, he had to back out of it on the climb up through the uphill. That was, I think, Wilson in the 188 that he was on the attack of, perhaps. I didn't get a great look at that car before they went by the shot.
Yeah, even these cars are hard to pass heading into the uphill. Not a good place to pass. So we'll see whether he gets it done, though, on these next laps. Vocals, that's his best time here, trying to catch James French.
Yeah. And,
Bratz, I think?
Is that the 7? That's going to be a big dust cloud. Everyone's going to, yeah, it was him. He did drive away, though, but leaves a big cloud of dust there through turn 1. And Jason Ayler chasing, well, he got by Bratz because that slip up, but he was a little offline.
Yeah, and Merzberger made that move stick. He's now up to 13th. He's coming for these guys. They better watch out because he's got the pace to catch them. We'll see if he can get back into the top 5 where his qualifying pace was.
Yeah, Merzberger still trapped behind. That wasn't Wilson. It was a white car.
Yep.
Which I think is going to be
behind him there again.
Lee Kellert in the 13, I think.
Yeah, they were nose to tail going up the hill and into West Bend. As we see Hosey and French again passing the start-finish. Volkel not really making that much ground on French, but these two have checked out again, and really Hosey's kind of checked out on Ryan Leach a little bit.
Yeah, and again, we've seen this, once you kind of get your speed established, it gets really difficult to find an advantage. Brett DiGiacomo and Matt Wilson going side by side. Here's that battle. Whoa, big lockup from someone up the road, but DiGiacomo trying to claw his way back forward past the 188, or maybe on defense from the 188.
Yeah, and Eric Grimm has made his way past TJ Hunt into the top 10, so great job for him, and Mersberg is now right behind TJ Hunt.
Yeah, this is the battle really, 9th through 12th right now on your screen. Brett DiGiacomo, there's Wilson on the attack in the red and yellow car.
And Bratz managed to get his way back up ahead of Ayler. They were separated by just 100th of a second at the start finish.
Wow, really, really close. Leaders across the line again. And Leach, a little gain there, but not a big gain. A little twitch on the brakes for Hosey. And have a look at this. The difference between their best laps, 29 thousandths of a second. They are so evenly matched right now.
Yeah, it seems like Hosey kind of manages to get up to speed faster than Leach, and then Leach kind of builds up his pace and then starts matching it with Hosey.
It's Ethan Alexander on pit lane. He's dropped out of the top 10 and come to the attention of the crew. Not sure what for, but it takes him out of the mix. And whoa, big lunge from, I think that was the 51 of Gage Hughes on Lee Kellert. That's for 12th place. And that was almost a little bit of contact there. And Kellert rather is off. And
that's a big balk there.
That was he tried to sneak up the inside at that right-hand kink, but it just ran out of road there.
I mean, he had the door closed on him. He had nowhere to go but the grass there. Not necessarily a great move. Very defensive, kind of a block. But we'll see if he can get past him on the next lap.
Yeah, it's right leaving the corner as well. Just realized he dropped the tire, had to cover it off, but forced Gage Hughes to take to the grass in a big cloud of dust. Ooh, James French a wiggle and a wobble leaving turn 2.
Yeah, now, he's real loose heading into turn 3 as Andy's going to try and close the gap on him.
Yeah, there's DiGiacomo moving by one of the drivers he was fighting. That was Lee Kellert. That was the 13 car we saw touch the grass a little while ago. So DiGiacomo gaining a spot. He's got some more on the horizon here. Gage Hughes, he split the difference between those two cars. Gage Hughes is sideways through turn 4. Look at him yawing that car out.
Yeah, now he's going to go, the car ahead of him looks like he bobbed down.
That was Kellert in that 13.
Yeah, the interesting place to kind of slow down here. He catches him into the uphill and has to slow up for the uphill, which brings Wilson back into it.
Yeah, and no white flag yet. We still got racing to race. Blair Hosey gains some ground, but there is some lap traffic on the horizon right up the road. AJ Campo is one of them. Paul Klitsch is another. And there's a few others in this mix. Woodward and Hardesty. Jeff Hardesty, I think, is in this mix. And here comes the leader. Blair Hosey going to carve his way through this, and hopefully Leach doesn't get caught up too much and he can gain some ground here.
Yeah, and Perotti got by Grimm, I think, and Mersberger is now in 9th. He's all the way up into the top 10. Let's see if he can catch Bratz to try and get into the top 6.
Oh, look at this from Gage Hughes trying to go the long way around at the left-hander. Couldn't get there. And DiGiacomo clings to P12 for the time being. And a lot of traffic behind Nate Hamilton as well. To your point, the 7th place car, the yellow 144, definitely a lot going on there. Gain for Leach in the traffic, but he needs to get by Campo there at turn 1. I don't know that he got there before the pink car. He did, but it's going to hold him up a little bit. I think it does.
Yeah. It definitely holds him up here. I mean, they're not really fighting for a spot, but you don't like to see that and kind of open up the gap as we see Hamilton cross the start-finish with
trouble.
Contact.
And that's contact at turn 3. Is that Campo in the 227? I think she got turned around. And that's right in front of this battle here. There'll be a yellow at sector 1 while this is all going on. And DiGiacomo, Kellert, Gage Hughes, and great work there by AJ Campo to get that car off the racetrack.
Yeah.
With all that damage.
Well, let's see. Yeah, and hopefully she stays there. But great job from everybody respecting the yellows there.
And that leaves the opportunity for Wilson to close in on Kellert and Hughes. He's been hunting them for a couple laps now.
I'm trying to figure out who made contact with Campo. It might have been James French.
Volkel past French, yeah, and makes the pass there into turn 1.
And that's Mersberger, I think, who's right there with him.
What was that, Mersberger?
It was a red and white car.
No, we haven't seen Mersberger cross the line yet. Here's Mersberger here.
Yeah,
that was the lap down car that they were fighting.
Very similar livery in my defense there.
There's Hamilton, and then
taking the defensive there.
Oh boy, look at, oh man, the 12 was out of shape.
It up.
Everybody committing too deep to one. We saw DeGiacomo slide, and he kept it on course, and then a lockup from Gage Hughes on his mission by Kellert there. That was fun.
Yeah, and now he's going to try and, Boyson's going to try and take it to Kellert as well. Doesn't quite get there. Looks like AJ Campo is pulled up into the inside of turn 4. Still clear of the track. Still got yellow showing in sector 1, taken away now.
Yeah. And again, I think she's pulled off to the inside. They might be all right with that here as we get to the tail end of this race regardless. So we won't likely go full course for that. Look at Wilson closing on the brakes there. And there's Nico Bratz getting by some lap traffic as well. Bratz still scored in 5th. And field heading around Big Bend again.
Hamilton still leading those guys, fighting for the top 10. Perotti and Grimm right behind him. And Hunt, again, still in 11th.
Coming out of turn 7, down on the front straightaway, Blair Hosey has put some distance on Ryan Leach. And I think this time they come out of turn 7. They're going to pick up a white flag. Yes, it is. White flag, 1 lap to go now as Hosey and Lee. Oh, Hosey's 3 wide with traffic into turn 1. Oof. That's a little dicey.
Just a little bit. Andy has maintained his lead over James French. Nico Bratz has dropped way back from these guys.
Yeah, he's been back behind a little bit, but
I think the traffic definitely played a role there as
here's Ayler crossing the line there in the 74, and then just ahead of him is Paul Klitsch. That car's a lap down. And then Hamilton, Perotti, Grimm. That's a pretty tight fight for 9th place here. Hosey's likely in the uphill right about now as we watch this battle for position, but Blair trying to go 2 for 2 on the race weekend.
Yeah, he's been doing a really great job. When he started competing in this championship, he's really taken the fight to Ryan Leach, and he's really, getting every win is critical for him to try and capture the points.
Yeah, well, they're going to come out of turn number 7. And the white flag being exchanged for a checker. It's going to be 2 for 2. Blair Hosey wins race 2 of the GRIDLIFE Rush Series over Ryan Leach by less than he did the last time, 0.6 of a second. Andy Vogel picks up a podium. James French in 4th. And Nico Bratz will score a 5th. Boy, there's a lot going on in that race.
Yeah, traffic is going to start playing a major role here, especially tomorrow. We can see the top 5, top 10 are passing deep into the back of the field. So they're going to start playing a role here for sure, and it's all going to be about who can manage the traffic and time it just that little bit better to end up on top.
Wow, that was a fun one. And Ayrton Grimm up in the top 10, strong result there. Where'd TJ end up in that one?
Still in 11, yeah. There was a lot of movement for him to end up basically where he started, which is kind of funny.
Yep.
And then Nate Hamilton made it up to 8th. Ayrton Grimm from, I think, 13th into 10th. So great job for him. DeGiacomo as well. A great race for him. Lots of action for him with Hughes and Wilson as well.
Wow. That was fun. And unfortunately for AJ Campo, I took my eyes off the screen for half a second. When I looked back, she was turning around backwards with bodywork damage.
Yeah, it definitely looked like there was some miscommunication between she was getting lapped and the car that was lapping her. So hopefully it's just some minor bodywork damage, and she'll be back out there this next race.
Let's have a look at the results for GRIDLIFE Rush Series Race 2. Blair Hosey again gets it done. Then Ryan Leach, Andy Vogel, James French, Nico Bratz, your top 5. The Jason Ayler, Mersberger, that's a great drive by Mersberger from the tail of the field after issues in race 1. The Nate Hamilton, Perotti, Ayrton Grimm in the top 10.
Yeah, and in 11th, we've got DJ Hunt, then Brett DeGiacomo, Gage Hughes in 13th, Matt Wilson in 14th, who had a really great fight with Lee Kellert in 15th, Jeremy Boyson in 16th, Bill Dorrance in 17th, Jake Sanders in 18th, Michael Woodward in 19th, and Joseph Tang in 20th.
Yeah, looking down the rest of the order here, Larry Brady, Paul Klitsch, Jalen Batley did get back out on the racetrack, but was 4 laps down. AJ Campo we saw get turned around. Jeff Hardesty and Ethan Alexander wrapping up the rest of the field. Heartbreak for Ethan, who has so much pace and is a front runner in the championship. But let's have a look here, tail end of the day of the GRIDLIFE Rush Series action, because we got 15 minutes worth of it. There was packed from green flag to checker.
Yeah, lots of great races from 5th all the way through to 15th. So really fun to watch for sure. Here at the start, we had 3 wide halfway through the field with Nate Hamilton and TJ Hunt. And then James French makes the move on Andy Volko and kind of bullies him out of the way a little bit. Tight fight there between those two.
Yep. And then there's Lee Kellert and Gage Hughes. They were chasing each other. Then watch Kellert here, runs a little wide, grabs the curb, tries to pull the car back on the road, and Hughes had to dive for the grass. And then Blair Hosey, while he was leading, just driving away.
Yeah, leading throughout the race. Great drive from him as always, and Ryan Leach as well. Staying with him somewhat. Oh, there we see AJ Campos spinning. Looks like she kind of went on her own. Oh, and then she got tagged on the way through.
Okay, well, that makes me feel a little bit better that she
definitely
wasn't knocked into that position. But either way, a day complete here from GRIDLIFE Circuit Legends. Look at that.